Hi, I'm Randy Watt, President of SRW Incorporated, and we're here today at the Weber County Sports Shooting and Tactical Training Center. As you've seen, we run a number of scenarios involving violent crime. I want to talk a little bit now about translating that information to your shooting skills. Shooting an individual and shooting targets is very, very different. We're going to try to train and visualize utilizing one-dimensional targets and transfer that information to our performance in the field against a three-dimensional target in real time. In order to do that, we need to be able to utilize the triggers in the brain that would identify the right circumstances and situations, and when combined with the legal information like that you find in Mitch Vilos's book on self-defense laws in 50 states, you'll notice that we've designed a specific target. Zero In Productions produces this target, and we utilize that for our training base. You'll notice that situationally a person is standing here with a firearm down. That may not trigger a direct shoot. So we would expect that you would use verbiage. You would draw your firearm into a guard position, you would use verbiage, and then you would visualize in your mind the person bringing the weapon up, how would you respond? The person dropping the weapon, how would you respond and de-escalate? But you use visual imagery combined with the development of this target in order to increase your shooting performance as well as the decision-making skills required when you're in street engagement. This target's been designed a certain way. Realistic-looking person, a threat, an actual threat, which is designed to trigger thinking processes. Over on the side, we have two small targets. You know, on the street, when it's real, you never have a chance to warm up. You never really get a chance to fire a few rounds or to call timeout in the middle of the incident and say, hey, let me correct my shooting technique. When it happens for real, you're going to have to be explosive, you're going to have to be accurate, and you're going to have to be correct in applying deadly force. So whenever we start out on these targets, the first thing we do on the range is we're going to fire 5 slow and controlled shots. Perfect technique. Grip, stance, sight alignment, sight picture, breathing control, trigger press, follow through, and recovery. Apply all 8 components of pistol marksmanship, and we're going to put all 5 rounds from 15 feet on that dot. Then we transition to the target. Then we do our shooting decision making. We utilize a standard response, 2 rounds with a quick assessment. Do I need to follow up? Is the target still there? Generally speaking, and as you know, we shoot center mass, and we shoot center mass for a reason. But center mass, right, doesn't mean just a spray of bullets. We need a nice, tight pattern and group. And that's why you see these yellow markings right here. This is the area in which we put our rounds. What happens if the person is non-responsive to a standard response? We may move into a non-standard response, like a failure drill, commonly referred to as 2 to body, 1 to the head. The person is non-responsive, and the human body can take a lot of punishment, but they're non-responsive to a couple of rounds center mass. We move up and we go for the human light switch, this area here, on the face, but it also works on the side as well. There's about a 2-inch band that runs circular around the head, point of the nose, to the ear canal, to the base of the skull. And you move around that sequence, and that's what you see here, and that is where you would want to put your rounds. But the head is a hard target to hit, particularly in a highly mobile individual. And quite frankly, mobile individuals, both shooters and the threat, are generally moving. So we've also placed the target here in the pelvic girdle. Some strikes into the pelvic girdle may remove the mobility of the individual. Large blood vessels, large bones that support the structure. If we collapse those, we may limit the person's ability to move and then remove the threat thereby. So we fire our normal range drills, and we fire for accuracy. All right? We fire for accuracy, and we fire for perfect technique. And then when we're done, whatever it is that we're doing for the day in terms of target, we have our closeout drill. And our closeout drill is the same thing over on this side. From 15 feet, 5 slow and controlled rounds, utilizing those 8 components of pistol marksmanship: grip, stance, sight alignment, sight picture, breathing control, trigger press, follow through, and recovery. And we put all 5 rounds on that white dot. And then we pack ourselves up and we head home for the day. Take a look at the Poster Perp targets from Zero In Productions. We use them at SRW, and they're a high point in our training and a great component of our training and our application. And good shooting to you.